Sports-A-Delic, what is happening, what is up? I am Reem, and we getting ready to go in on our cigar talk, and we have our spirits.
Of course.
And I got him, Mr. Carrington, a.k.a. the plumber. He's also going to go over some Christmas specials that he have, you know, just in case you need some extra work.
Wow.
Come on over here in the studio so you get to hear about it. What's up, Sports-A-Delic? I am Reem, and I got my main man, James goddamn Carrington, and Lil Reem is on the screen. James, what's up?
What's happening?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got it.
Hey, we're going in tonight on Alec Bradley. This is a sun-grown. It's very dark. You know, you might think that it's some strong Maduro that's just going to blast your head off. That is not the case. This is a rich, medium Nicaraguan smoke.
Okay.
I'm coming up.
Please cash app her so she can get a room
On the rough side of the mountain. Ow. I'm doing my best to make it in.
Yeah.
Communion.
Salute.
Ow. Crazy week in sports. You got,
It was.
you know, Curry put that thing out there, took down Ray Allen's, you know, record. Check out the video about that. It's a nice video. And clearly, Jacksonville rid themselves of the albatross around their neck. And why is it, James? Tell me, why is it that these college coaches get to the NFL level and just crash and burn?
Well, I think the first thing that you got to look at is you cannot control adults that are making millions and millions of dollars on the same avenue that you do to young college players. Young college players, yeah, you can threaten them by saying we're going to sit you, bench you, whatever the situation may be. When you get to the professional level, you can't do all that. You can't talk to them kids. You can't talk to grown men that way because grown men are going to react like grown men. So that's the first thing. And these guys are professionals to the point whereas you can't sell them on your routine if it's not something that they know that's going to work. Because you got to understand, they done been there and done that. They done went through coaches. They done went through coaches leaving, you know, every year getting fired, moving to other places. So they understand about learning new systems. And they can tell you, because they're the ones out there, whether it's going to work or not.
So let me be sure that I understand what you're saying. You're saying one factor is the fact that the college coach coming into the NFL doesn't recognize, hey, these are grown men, veterans. You might be
ass men.
Yeah, you might be able to affect a rookie coming in that way.
Correct.
But not veterans that have already been in the locker room. And the other thing you said is, if I'm understanding,
you should have stayed in Florida.
Well, the other thing, if I'm not, I just want to be sure that I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And then the other factor is, hey, you don't have any type of proven product whatsoever.
To prove
Zero.
To me.
You know, you're coming in and you just automatically think that you're the man, but yet nothing has been proven.
Correct.
Because nobody cares about what you did.
Yeah. On the collegiate level, because you got to understand, the skill level is not like NFL. NFL is the best of the best. So if you say you have, you know, let's just average it out. Say 5,000 college students. You only have, which we know is a lot more, But the talent pool is down to 2,200. You're talking about this is the best 2,200 in the world. In the world, Craig. In the world.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think there's some other factors as well.
Okay.
I agree with you with those 2 points. Another thing I think that happens is they don't spend any time really trying to get to know their players at an individual level first.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that they lean on the veterans to say, okay, hey, look, what is this locker room like? What's the culture? What has happened? What do you think we need to do? You know, just extract from whatever leadership, you know, is there on the team.
Okay.
You know, and then I think the other factor is just pure arrogance. I'm good friends with a cat, Reggie Howard. You know, Reggie Howard's cornerback and played on that team that went to the Super Bowl, Carolina.
Okay.
And, you know, but he started out at Miami. And he talked about how not just the BS from Saban, but how Saban's BS also cost him about $8 million. And so that's another factor. You know, these guys come in not really understanding that fraternity that they're in and just start making moves. They don't even understand the guys on the team. And he said, you know, Saban hadn't even had a chance to fully evaluate him and had just decided that he wasn't worth the money from the previous contract and wanted to restructure and do all of this stuff.
Well,
and Spurrier, with my team, Washington, we the Redskins at that time, these gimmick college offenses are not going to work.
It works against collegiate players because you have some collegiate players that are just standouts. You have some collegiate players, they are good program players. And then you have athletes.
Right.
You know, your athletes are going to always be able to find some kind of way to get free. Find some kind of way to make you trip on that first crossover. You know, find some kind of way to make you trip over somebody, you know, and the ball goes through them playing soccer. It's just, you got athletes out there.
Well, I mean, speed kills. And, you know, in college, you might have some speed on the field, whereas in the NFL, the speed all over the, you know. Like,
Everybody's
you got
fast, yeah.
guys that are 280, 305, 315, you know, running like 4'5", 4'6" at that size.
That's a lot of...
And then the skill level is...
And the strength.
Yeah, you're going up against these veterans. So, you know, that's what they're up against. And so you got these coaches, you know, the sad truth, and I said this in the previous video, the sad truth about Urban Meyer is he's the first coach to be fired, you know, before the season ended. Now, if you remember Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, he
left.
He left. There's a difference. He left. Yeah. Wasn't that the Falcons?
Yeah.
You know, and what has happened to him since? Because what he did, because I think he was lied. It was like, oh, I have no interest in taking the job. It's all about the Falcons. And then I think 2-3 days later.
Well, no, what happened is that when Vic got indicted and he felt that he wasn't going to be able to coach Vic, he left on a midnight train from Georgia.
On that midnight train
from Georgia.
From Georgia. Yeah.
So, I mean, can I say this on him? Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah. If you don't want to be here in the ATL, you can count me.
Well, what I'm hoping to see, now this is my take.
Okay.
I think that in order to get the most out of a Trevor Lawrence, there's two guys that I think that can coach this team, Jacksonville that is,
okay,
and get them on track. Get them on track. Follow me. Roll with me. You got to have somebody with credibility at this point.
Okay.
You have to have someone that understands offense, in my opinion, because you got to build around this franchise quarterback.
So who do you?
And you got to also have somebody to play quarterback.
Who?
Goddamn Leftwich. Don't underestimate. It ain't just Tom Brady putting it down to Tampa Bay.
I will agree with that.
I
will agree with that.
He puts Tom Brady in the best situations.
I will agree with that.
And he played quarterback for Jacksonville.
Hold up. Are they going to give him a chance?
Well,
because look at your boy at Kansas City. He should have been had a chance.
Bieniemy should have got the job over Murray in the first place.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if they're going to have the complexion for the protection, but let's hope so. Let's move away.
Get them guys a job.
Right.
And I'm talking about a head coach job.
Now, because if you're not going to do Leftwich, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do Leftwich.
You got to do
You got to go get a Bieniemy. I would even say Caldwell. He's
going to bring him back?
He's a quarterback coach. Hey.
Yeah.
Look, Matthew Stafford's career is what it is because Caldwell developed him.
And Megatron. You can't forget Megatron.
No. There's no Megatron if the quarterback can't get him the ball.
But that's still Megatron.
There's no Megatron if the quarterback...
Megatron was
Why is
so big.
Julio not with you all? Because Matt Ryan can't get him the ball. He don't know how to throw him open.
Who's not with us?
Julio. Because Julio has... Just throw the ball.
Yeah, but...
He can get open. Just throw it up.
They're going to put him in triple coverage. He's going to get triple...
James, you must have forgotten... what happened with your team and Julio. It wasn't until you all got Kyle Shanahan that we always knew that Julio could get touchdowns in the red zone, but it wasn't until you got an offensive coordinator that helped Matt Ryan see how to get him the ball in the damn red zone, in the end zone, James.
But I'm going to say this to you. I talked to someone and they're pretty, especially in the Atlanta scene. They played for Atlanta for a while. And the question came up and was, what is going on? And I said, why is it that they just cannot get or go after the guys that will push this team up? And one of the comments was that, Atlanta wants good players. They want good, clean players. No
dogs.
No dog in them. Just, good, clean players. Everything is going to be really good today and we're going to have a great outcome. They don't have that guy that's coming to get in your face like a Ray Lewis talking about, listen.
I don't know. I think Grady Jarrett is that dude. Like he's a dog.
But are they going to allow for him to be that? Because he's playing in a 3-4 defense, which means that he has to be that guy.
No, but I'm saying he's vocal and look at his stats. Like he's having a great year, in spite
with everything that's going on.
Yes. But they definitely need. I just think, just like in basketball, your quarterback, your point guard, got to be vocal leaders.
Yeah, they do.
Because as quiet as it was kept. Eli, the Manning boys. Now, from what I understand, from cats that played out there with them, oh no, they had something to say to you.
Yeah.
And we know Brady don't give a damn. Brady's cursing you out as you're coming back to the huddle. And he's like, well, what the hell?
What? Yeah.
And then Rodgers got that look. He just look at him like.
Yeah. But, Rodgers is so let me ask you a question, not to switch to, change anything, but so a lot of people that I'm talking to, is always talking about where's Rodgers going. Everybody, really?
Yeah, where is Rodgers going?
Okay. A lot of people are saying that Rodgers is going to
hell.
Pittsburgh. No, they said Pittsburgh.
I thought hell.
Yeah, well,
the man said he has COVID toe.
Yeah.
I mean, he just make He makes a mockery out of every damn thing. He's such an asshole.
He don't care.
But he's a tolerable asshole.
Yeah.
But he's an asshole. He tells the Bears, look, I own you. And there was this clip.
Until they prove him wrong, do it?
No, man, he threw the nicest touchdown. And then he runs downfield looking to the sideline like, hey, I told you I own you.
Discount double check.
And he said it when they interviewed. He said, look, the stats bear it out. Like, I'm not just making this shit up. So, you know.
Listen, but I think, this is what I think. I think that he wants to go back home. So I'm thinking he's going to probably end up going to San Francisco. San Francisco's going to end up trading Garoppolo, and then they'll allow for Trey Lance to work a couple years up under him for him to develop.
That'll be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
Now, the word on the street is, behind the scenes, Sierra is demanding that Russ go to New York, you know, so she can get her shit on. But you know, he's already in minor leagues with the Yankees, so it seemed like on the surface, a really good fit. But, you know, that market is too small for her.
So let me ask you this question. Remember when we talked about, I don't know which episode it was, and we had the same conversation. At what point is it about him? See, she wants him to move to New York for who? Her. Not realizing the base that he's created in that city. You know, well, this guy can run for mayor of Seattle and probably a win because he's just that clean cut of a guy.
Well, no, let's not underestimate Sierra's contribution here. She has, you know, convinced Russell.
Oh, so that's the contribution, convinced?
Sierra has convinced her husband that he needs to be in New York.
Why?
I don't know.
It sounds good, right?
She, you know, honey, we need to get to the Big Apple.
Yeah, so I can get some more film roles and some more, you know, with the hottest producers. And
did you see the latest video? You know, she's this, she part owner of this new rum called something in one, all in one rum. And she does a twerk video naked. But she's balancing the bottle on her head. And she created what is called the Balance Challenge. And I was flipping through YouTube, and some guy was like, Russell, you need to come get your wife before I come get her.
You can't make this stuff up.
Said she's not the one, but she want to be.
You can't make this stuff up. Listen, I'm sitting here watching, I'm going through some you know, videos and stuff like that, and I come across this young lady, and I really wish that I can find it. This lady has wrote a book on how to be a hoe. I said, how in the hell? How to be a hoe? And she gets on there and says, I know I'm no good. I'm not a good mother. And I'm sitting there saying, wow.
But that's respect. Look, I'm not pulling any punches. I'm terrible.
Hold up.
But I'm a good hoe.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't. Wow.
How to be a good hoe.
You know what? This is the perfect time because you got me on that one. Hey, 2022. Make sure you put your order in for Sports-A-Delic. Get you a little ream. A little ream is not a hoe. You know, so if you want to represent the non-hoe t-shirt, let's go with Lil Ream. Okay?
I'm gonna come out with the hey, I bought the book on how to get a hoe.
Yeah, oh my goodness gracious. Well,
that is the craziest thing.
I think that's what has also happened in this world that we live in with technology and social media.
Yeah.
That anything, it's kind of started with the reality television stuff.
Yeah, it did. And I think
Honey Boo Boo. Like
Honey Boo Boo.
Multi-million-dollar show. I mean, just about anything. Now, the editor here, Richard, with Sports-A-Delic, he said from day one, he's sticking by his story. He said that Russell Wilson is a simp and that he's being groomed by Sierra for reality show, and the marriage is not going to last just because
statistically
she's
it's
trying
not
to be
good.
She's trying to just remain relevant to the core. Now, for me, I just think that women and men in general, if you have children, there's no such thing as privacy and delete anymore. And particularly young men, they don't ever want to see their mom twerking, straddling, swallowing, nothing. And I just think the only advice that I would give to these women that are twerking past the age of 35, I would just say, now, Sierra is a great performer. Keep
you
that.
You said past 35.
Because you're supposed to be getting into a different stage of life. But what I'm saying is, hey, you're a great performer. Keep that there on stage. And have some sacred, private stuff that you only let your husband see.
Yeah. And that's why I like, I like Beyonce. I like, she puts on a show, she walks on a show, but whenever you see her off the stage, she's very classy. She's dressing very classy. She's dressing very.
And Beyonce can twerk and dance with the best of them, but
she carries
only
herself,
on stage.
Correct. She carries
only on stage.
Only on stage.
That you're going to see something like that, because you got to be mindful, of your children. Because when women got their children on these TikTok videos and they jerking and twerking and
oh, that's so cute. That's so.
Yeah, it's just and the kid is innocent. They don't know any better, So.
But you got a father sitting there cringing every time he see it.
Speaking of cringing, every time I hear RG3, which I have renamed as RG She, I cringe. Look, only thing I'm saying is this. Just as a reminder, guys, we're going to be doing a series about all the corruption, the harassment, the chaotic organization known as the Washington football team. It leaked out. We're going to be the Washington Wolves. Somebody leaked it out, and it probably was Daniel Snyder, because from what I understand, he leaked out the shit about Gruden. He's a leaker. And I want you all to adopt this term. If you're dealing with a man and he starts running his mouth like a woman, call him a damn leaker. You are a leaker. So if you ever see me out, at one of these lounges, or tossing it up somewhere, and you hear me scream, leaker, leaker, it's because I got a dude in my face and he's running his mouth like water, typically like a woman. He's a leaker.
Okay. Is alcohol going to be included into that?
Well, Miller. It is Miller time all the time. That Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
That was my favorite character in Living Color, Fire Marshal Bill.
Fire Marshal Bill was cool. Fire Marshal Bill. But I like my man.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah. What's my man that was a drunk?
On In Living Color?
Yeah. But no, the one I really liked was Tommy Davidson and Damon Wayans when they played the guys on the back of the truck selling everything.
There's so many skits.
Yeah.
The background, a lot of people don't really know what happened to that show. That show was #1, but they started getting flack. Similar. See, there's nothing new under the sun, guys. There was a show back in the mid-'80s, early '90s called In Living Color. The Wayans family. This is when J-Lo, was a fly girl. She was dancing. And the backstory was the network, that is, wanted them to change the skit because they didn't like the fact that they were seemingly doing skits about a particular category of people, which they did skits about everybody, black, white, pink, polka dot, Asian. There was no discrimination in terms of the skits. And so they wanted them to kind of cut that out. And, you know, Wayne's big brother was like, Keenan was like, no. And that was similar to what happened to Good Times.
Okay.
Because they wanted to rewrite James Evans as a more docile father in the home. And he was like, no, we're not.
So what did they do? They killed them all.
damn, James.
Yeah, they killed them all.
I will not ever. It's 2 episodes with Good Times I'll never forget.
Yeah. When
Florida answered the phone, and she put down the phone, she sat there. Damn, James! And it went off.
Yeah.
And then when Janet Jackson, a.k.a. Penny, you know, when she burnt her with the iron.
Yeah.
She's like, no, mama, no!
That was a hard one. But my favorite one, it was 2. When JJ got shot.
Excuse me, can you light my fire?
Sure.
Can you light my fire?
Sure. When JJ got shot, okay, turn around. Twist it.
Is that what she said?
Twist it, turn around. Salt and pepper. So, when JJ got shot, that was one. And then what's my man that came in and he was the gangster of the neighborhood. He was supposed to have JJ paint his girlfriend.
Oh, no, that shit was funny. That's when James told him, hey, not my son. You better get up out of here.
Exactly.
Because he was suave. He was like, oh, no, you going to paint.
Yeah.
And James was like, no, you going to get out of my apartment. That's what you going to do.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was good times.
But, you know, the thing with Good Times was Good Times actually was every time you're right there at the edge to make it out of the ghetto.
And
something happens.
So let me ask you this question.
So you have to just fall back on your good times.
Let me ask you this question, because I had a conversation with a guy.
Is this my imagination? Is this really good?
Yeah, it is. It's rich. It's very rich.
American. Alec Bradley. You know, Sun Grown series. Go ahead and ask your question, but I was just like, you know, I'm starting to feel real nice.
Yeah, it could be that punch.
Yeah,
it could be that Clemson punch.
Yeah, but James, you know, you've been saying this for how many years? I ain't fucking with you in that punch no more. I ain't drinking no more of that.
And what I always end up drinking it.
Yeah, because it's good in the neighborhood. It's good in the neighborhood.
I really wish you could package it up and sell it. Yeah.
You know, I probably could, but you know, I'm gonna wait till I cut a deal with some of these liquor folks, because my rum punch is a punch.
Yeah.
Now, what's your question?
I done forgot.
Okay. Well,
it's that punch.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, we were talking about Good Time.
Yeah.
And after that, we were talking about. Well, no, you was like, well, let me ask you something after that. So.
It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. But anyway.
We talked about the cigar.
Yeah. But I think that when it comes down to the shows, we already had a hard time trying to get on. I mean, you know, we had the Jeffersons, you know, they you know, and I would love to see a cleaner that can send you to the east side of Manhattan. I mean, the upper east side of Manhattan. I would love. What are you selling in that cleaner? How are you cleaning them clothes? Because unless you putting gold in that mix,
maybe we should give it to him. Now we're up in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Get down, turn it back.
I don't know about that one, but
I mean, I just said,
yeah.
Get down, turn it back.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but quick fun fact. What was her name? Ellen, that was married to Tom, the white guy, the Jefferson.
Oh, yes.
What's her name, Ellen?
Ellen, yes.
Fun fact. Ellen.
Helen.
No, Helen. No. What was it, Helen?
It was Helen.
It was Helen.
Yep.
You're right. It's Helen. Quiet as it's kept. That's Lenny Kravitz's mother.
Yes, it is.
You know.
But you know who my favorite character on there was?
Yes, the goddamn hired help because she was wild as hell.
No, Bentley.
No, Bentley.
I love Bentley.
Bentley wasn't my
Bentley was my character on there.
No, the maid was from hell.
Yeah, she was. She was.
She didn't give a damn.
But see, just like one of my other favorite shows is I used to love Three's Company.
I did too.
Because I think that was a perfect situation. You know, you got a man that's living with two beautiful, gorgeous women in L.A. Come on, that got to be the life. Inquiring minds want to know what it's up. We'll be right back.
Why can't it be a perfect situation with a woman living with two men?
Because they go back to the book. How to be a hoe.
So she's a hoe if she lives with two.
Okay. No,
but the guy.
She's not.
So what is the guy if he's living with two women?
Stud.
You heard it right here, Sports-A-Delic. The double, triple,
quadruple
standards that, you know, and I'm going to get in the camera for this. Ladies, men, it's nothing new. Since the beginning of time, there's this double, triple, quadruple standard, you know, that they operate from. Now, if we have a dream situation, you know, where we're living with two men and we're sharing and caring, we are existential hoes.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that.
I ain't interrupt.
Okay. You're right. I apologize.
But if they're living the dream, you know, with two women, sharing and caring, they're nothing more than brutes and studs.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. You ready?
You better be ready for the answer.
Okay. Does body counts equal out to the same from a man to a woman?
Well, I think you have to narrow the question down. The reason why I'm saying that is because depending on how easy you are on the eye, it's like, let's just say you're not six figures and higher.
Okay.
Just an average Joe, and you're on the other side of cute.
Okay.
Just laying over there on the other side of cute, you're going to have a low body count, more than likely.
But if you got money...
Right. Well, I already said that if you're six figures, you know, that's why I said you got to ask a more pointed question. I don't think I can answer it like that. So come on. I need you to be more specific with me. Like sexual harassment. I'm a woman. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to be honest about this. It's not sexual harassment if you fine as hell.
We talked about
if you look like, I don't know, if you're just on the other side of cute, it's a violation. It feels creepy. It feels evil, demented and twisted. But like I said, if you fine as hell. But that's also the caveat that ends up getting you beat and choked out and killed by these dudes because they have that charisma. They're good looking. They're tall. They're dark. They're handsome. They got that mouthpiece on them. And next thing you know, you're on the ID channel. So, you got to pay the price sometime. But we were talking earlier.
Yeah, that's not always the case, because I think that it's based on the character of a person. You can have a person that takes care of himself and dresses really nicely, smells really good, and okay. All right.
Dresses really nice.
Dresses really nice. Smells really good. Once again, he may be on the right side of looks, whatever a female considers looks. Okay.
Okay.
But the question is that do you believe that men are sexually harassed in the workforce?
I just don't agree with a man coming over to a woman's desk with his crotch in. If I'm sitting down and you're standing up and your crotch is in my face and I say, hey, you know, do you mind moving your package like over there? Who's being harassed? Because you told me about that shit earlier. You were wrong for what you did. You can't go over to a woman's desk and put your package in her face and then tell about, you know, because she, you know, was like, yo, what's up with the package? And then you're like, oh, you know, and I felt uncomfortable. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Sports-A-Delic fans, that is not exactly what I told
I want to tell my parents, I apologize, but I have to say it. Bullshit.
Okay. And so we're going to tell the truth. Okay. So I'm at work. This individual called me over to help them with an account. So I go over and...
With your shit in her face?
No. She was sitting in her chair. Her desk is right here. It's in a corner. And her computer's here and everything is there. I'm at the edge of the desk, which is over here.
With your
it's
package.
Nowhere near her. I'm over here. So I walk up to her. I'm looking at the account, blah, 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 blah. And I'm noticing that her eyes is not on the account.
Where was her eyes, James?
It was in my groin area. And then she turned...
But didn't you have to notice her eyes?
I noticed her eyes because I come over there to help her with an account.
Is that what you call it? An account?
That's what actually happened.
Okay.
So hold up. Then she is sitting here looking at it and she's like, and she just grabs it and she says, I just wanted to see if it was all real. And I said, wow, for real?
I mean, out of all the examples in the world of sexual...
No, you were trying to put that on me.
But out of all the examples in the world of sexual harassment in the workplace, that's what you pull out your ass?
Is that not sexual harassment?
Yes, you were sexually harassing her. Yes.
Sports-A-Delic fans, please comment on that. Please tell me what did I do wrong.
You walked over, putting your package in this... Putting your package on her desk. And if she says, okay, like this right here, this is my setup. And then you come over here and you're like, got your package over here. And
my package is over here.
Right, but her face is right there in close proximity.
No, it's not. The way the desk was set up, it was an L-shaped desk. She's sitting right here in front of her computer. I'm all the way at the end of the desk. Nowhere near. It's just in hand reach.
Okay. Let me take this to court.
Okay.
I'm going to take this to court.
James was sexually harassed.
Thank you.
I'm going to take this to court. Okay?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to take this to court.
Please comment on... I need people to comment on this one.
Circumstantial evidence. Okay?
Yeah, it was circumstantial.
Circumstantial evidence.
It was circumstantial.
I have a gentleman here that goes by the plumber.
Oh, my God.
The plumber.
I'm never going to live that one down.
He goes by the plumber. And so he goes over to a woman's desk.
Oh, my God.
And so she decides, okay, you're over here. I know that you moonlight as a plumber. And so she wants to know if this particular pipe is going to work out for her. But he's harassed. Ladies, don't fall for this shit. Oh. Do not fall for this shit. Do not fall. Okay. Hey, so, I don't know if it's Alex Bradley or what. And then I got my editor chiming in talking some shit about, he was sexually harassed. Okay, all you RG she's, get the hell out of here. I'm tired of men coming with this bullshit about being sexually harassed by us women. When are you being sexually harassed? And then how the hell are we supposed to know that you feel uncomfortable? Like you talking about you were uncomfortable. How uncomfortable were you?
Okay, so
did you report her? Did you file a report?
No, I didn't.
Stop.
No, I didn't.
Did you report her to your supervisor?
No, I didn't.
You know, did you correct her and say, hey, what are you doing? Don't do that.
I did say that.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
That's when she said she just wanted to see if it was real.
No. You got off work, nigga. Don't be playing with me on this show. Don't be playing with me on this show.
I'm telling you the truth.
And what happened after that?
I went back to my desk.
No. After work.
After work, I went home.
In weeks. No, James.
I went home.
And you never went back over there again?
No.
Who do you believe? Who do you believe? Now, this is coming from a plumber. Hey, I did. I went over. I checked out the job. And, I gave her a quote, but I didn't follow up my quote. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Sports-A-Delic fans,
please. And guys, hey, you're sexually harassing us in the workplace. How about put on some drawers when you come to work? You can't.
There was drawers on.
Excuse me?
Okay.
How about put on some drawers when you come to work? You just can't be laying out like a damn mermaid and coming over to women's desk. And
okay. So let me ask you this question.
My body, my choice.
Yeah, my body, my choice. Good one. Another situation. I'm walking upstairs.
We have a vacancy here at Sports-A-Delic. I'm looking for a new editor and a production manager. His body, his choice.
So hold up. Let me ask you this question. So another situation aroused. Young lady walking upstairs in front of me, going up the stairwell.
And I know you were just offended.
No, I wasn't offended. But what happened is she flipped up her top and she had on nothing up under it. So shouldn't she have worn the same panties, thongs, boxers, boy shorts, whatever it was, tighty whities, whatever it was, grandma panties? Don't you think she should have had some of those on?
Ladies, do you see?
Oh, double standard now.
Ladies, do you see the common theme? Do you see the common denominator? You notice how James seems to have all of these crazy encounters at his job where he's innocently walking up the stairs, where he's just going over to help. Don't believe it.
I was walking up the stairs then.
Don't. So she sexually harassed you because she didn't have on underwear? Why are you bringing this up? Were you sexually harassed by this woman?
We're talking about sexual harassment.
Did she sexually harass you?
Can a man be sexually harassed?
Yes or no? Did she sexually harass you?
Technically, she did.
Oh, my hell no.
Technically, she did. Whether I filed, I didn't file. But technically, if you walking up an escalator, you walking up a stairwell, and you come across, or you come around one corner, and a guy sitting there with his junk out, are you not going to be sexually harassed? Well, or are you going to try to put it in your mouth?
Okay, earlier today, did you sexually harass me?
No. How did I sexually harass you?
You told me that you loved me.
Oh, as a friend, we are always in love.
Yeah, you said that you loved me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I felt uncomfortable.
You know what? That I know you've seen the.
You notice how I told him I was uncomfortable and he just dismissed my feelings.
Hold up. First of all, Sports-A-Delic fans, we already know that men and women talk two totally different ways. I can say, hey, I'm getting ready to go to the store and I'll be gone for about 20 minutes. The conversation that you will get will, I want to go out there and find me a hoe. I want to go out there and find me a woman. What the hell I'm going to do in 20 minutes?
I don't know what simple-minded ass women, and hey, if you're tuning into this and you've had plumbing services, I apologize, but that's something else. That's something else. Like if a woman is accusing you every time you walk out the door. I can promise you it's not her imagination. For me, first of all,
really?
Red flag.
Yeah, for the guy.
Wait, hold on. Red flag. If you have to announce to me that you're going to the store and you'll be back in 20 minutes, that's just not logical. Like for me, you just need to say, hey, I'm going to the store and I'll be back, because good luck if you can get to and from the store in 20 minutes.
Okay.
You know, I mean, because, hey, you know,
so
the
what
line
about,
is long.
So what about the women that have to be always right up under their man? Always checking, going through his phone. Always disliking anyone that's if he likes a photo.
What are you doing? I'm lit.
Oh,
Damn.
okay. I just want to make sure you were lit before you put it in your mouth.
Is yours smoking?
Mine's great.
Is there smoke?
Yes.
That proves my point. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay.
And if his woman is always checking his phone and just jocking him like that, it might be for a reason.
No, the question is
see
why.
how that set you up? Though?
Yeah, but
There's
the question is why. If I have not done anything,
where there's smoke, there's fire.
No, if I have not done anything that'll give you that thought, you know, was something my grandfather always told me: a hit dog will holler.
I'm talking about two things.
A hit dog will holler.
If you have not, and I am a big.
Do you need me to break that down for you?
I'm gonna be honest with you all.
Do you need me to break that down for you? A hit dog will.
I'm gonna be
holler.
honest with you all. We're talking about two different things here. If you, man or woman, if you are 100% respectful and faithful and consistent in your relationship,
correct,
and that's going on, that is his or her issue, and you need to be running in the other direction. I just know on the average, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay. So would you give?
Excuse me for interrupting.
Go ahead.
Is the hit dog hollering?
No.
Because he seemed to be, you know.
I wanted to be universal when you do that same synopsis.
I said men and women,
okay,
whoever it is. Men. If it's a man, because you don't date men, so you don't know what they're doing. I can promise you it goes on both sides.
Correct.
So in fairness, here at Sports-A-Delic, we just tell the facts. Man or woman, if you are consistent and you're faithful and you don't have anything crazy going on and a person is tripping like that, you need to run in another direction. There's insecurity.
Correct.
There's probably some early onset of some personality disorder. Run. But when I say where there's smoke, there's fire, more often than not, there is something going on, because typically men have slippage. You know, you all... Slippage, where you all mess up. Women, we pay attention to tendencies and routine.
Okay.
Now, before
men do too.
You know, before cell phones.
Yeah, men do too.
But before cell phones, what were we doing?
Paging.
No. Before cell phones, before pagers, any of that, you literally was writing down your number on something. You know. Now the man.
And it was hard to remember the numbers. Yeah.
What the man would do, 99% of the time, is forget that he threw the number down in his console
or in his pocket, and she go to clean out his pockets when she's
been a good woman. She's gonna be accused of snooping in his things, but prior to her finding shit in his pocket, she's always done his laundry. He tells all of his homeboys, you know, I got a good woman, you know, she cooks, she cleans, you know, she does my laundry. But then when she finds the number, she's like, why the fuck you going through my shit? Okay, well, as women, you know, we clean out the pockets, because depending on what's in the pocket, it can mess up the whole goddamn washer. And now we got to buy another washer. You know, those scenarios. But if you're straight up clean and somebody's tripping, you need to just rid yourself of them. I mean, because it's going nowhere fast.
Correct.
Like straight up, for real. It's going.
I will agree with that.
It's going nowhere fast.
I'll agree with that.
You know, but if you know What happens? 99% of the time, a cheater, man or woman, will try to convince that person that they're crazy, they've lost their mind, you tripping, you know, I'm not doing it, what, you know, you tripping. But the reality is the person is not tripping. So that leads me to this question.
They can be tripping too.
Why? And since my editor has so much to say tonight, he got shit running out of his mouth. So I'm gonna ask both of you all, right here, right now. No, you know, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Hey, you come from behind the screen. Come from behind the screen. Now he's shaking his head. No.
I got you.
Now my question is this.
So what's the question?
Please explain this to me.
Okay. With the best of my ability.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I say I don't know, to my knowledge, I've not ever been cheated on. And I'm saying that because, again, if I don't know, I don't know. But you know I'm not like the average woman.
Correct.
I don't go looking for anything because if you do, you're going to find it.
You're going to find it.
And I may have been cheated on always. And you know who I'm talking to. If you're cheating, you know I eventually find out. But I'm not going to go out of my way to find out. But aside from that.
Okay, so what's the question?
The question is this. Why is it that when a man cheats, he's caught, he's like, okay, I did it, I'm sorry. Why do you all put so much effort, time, energy into trying to get her back?
Well, first thing I'm going to say to this.
No, I want this guy back here to answer first.
No, first, it's going to be this. I'm going to go based upon the comedian. Black men don't cheat. So that's the first thing. Okay.
James,
now,
before you do that,
okay.
You know, here at Sports-A-Delic, the number one thing that's important to me is authentic and integrity.
Okay.
So answer the goddamn question. I won't hear this bullshit, okay?
I think that I can only speak for myself. I think that people go through stages in life that you're supposed to go through steps, progressive steps. And anytime that you get someone,
What the hell?
Are you trying to fan for the smoke or what you think else? Are you fanning for bullshit? Which one? Because you asked me a question, I'm trying to answer it.
You asked me a question and goddamn it, I'm getting ready to answer it. I'm 50 years old. There's this thing called premenopause. The shit is real. And so I just needed some extra air. Damn.
I got you.
Damn. You got 3 daughters. Okay. They're going to go through it.
Yeah, they are.
And somebody going to go through them. But anyway.
No, they aren't.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
That hurt. I know. I'm sorry. Jane.
No.
Jane, forgive me.
No, I'm good. I'm actually really good. Because you know what?
My brother's the same way. He's like, ain't nobody sleeping with my daughter.
No.
But he got 5 grandkids.
I'm going to say this to you. I understand the fact that I got 3 daughters. I got 3 beautiful daughters that grown into very good young ladies. Okay.
No whole tendencies.
No pole tendencies, none. But it's a lot of hard work to be able to say, hey, and speak into your daughters in a different tone so that they can understand what it is that you're trying to say to them without being forceful or being judgmental or anything. Because all I want to do is try to make sure that when my daughters come to me is bad of a cringing situation it might be, I want to be able to have a conversation with them about.
Okay, we established that one day the legs are going to be up in the air. Okay, So would you answer the question? Why is it that when men cheat, they want to beg and plead and cry and send flowers and all of this shit? I love you. I want you back. Answer that question.
Well, it could be a couple of reasons. It could be the reason that reality set in and the fact that if she goes out and do the same thing 9 times out of 10, most of your men are not going to be able to handle it because we look at relationships in a different manner. We look at it from a physical standpoint. You know, the last thing that you want in your mental is the fact that you're seeing your lady ass up or legs cocked wide, spread open, and you walk in on that. That has got to be a situation that is, wow. You know, I saw another video today where the young lady had a new guy in the house, and he was with the other guy's son. The guy walks in, and he's like, I can't believe you got a guy in here with my son. But then he turns around and he says, yeah, I know I cheated on you, but now, bruh, if you did that on her and she's moved on, let her move on. Now, if you want to get custody of your son, go about getting custody of your son. You can't sit here and want to sit here and square up on this guy because she's chosen to give her cookies up to someone else.
Look, now, I'm going back to Sierra. Sierra, you want to be relevant. I'm trying to help you. These are not cookies. These are goodies.
Okay. But goodies to who?
Well, obviously, if you got caught cheating and you trying to beg her back, goodies to you.
Okay. So the question comes in is that why would he, if he had such good cookies, such good goodies?
No, James, please.
No. I'm getting ready.
You have daughters.
Yeah, I do. So if the cookies are that good, the question comes in and that why did I actually go outside?
Because cheating, nobody ever wants to, and I'm going deep into my psychology counseling background. No man nor woman wants to ever admit this. Cheating is a character defect because you can't answer the question because look at the statistical data. When there's cheating in a relationship, I think it was 72% of the time, the spouse hadn't even communicated with their partner whatever issue that they're having. 72%. Okay. Now, that's number one. And then number two, you're not cheating on a person because of anything that they're doing or not doing. You're cheating on that person because at the end of the day, that's you and what you wanted to do. And there's this thing called, and thank you to Dr. Joyce DeGruy, cognitive dissonance. Like, you have to be able to rationalize and look at yourself for some of your shit. So,
you do.
So at the end of the day, it's like, well, I was cheating because, you're never at home. Well, ladies, if he's a good provider and you driving, the Mercedes and the bills are paid and, he's flossing you out with shoes and your nails and your hair and the bags and all of that and vacations, he's going to have to work, to create the income in order to support that type of lifestyle. Well, I'm cheating on you.
Okay.
That's not what's up.
Okay.
And, and I know that women, but see, 72% of these women aren't communicating like, honey, I appreciate you battling and providing, but I feel lonely.
Okay. So when can a man come in and say, hey, listen, I'm feeling, a little needy right now. And
your ego wants to say lonely?
Well, no, let me finish.
Your ego wants to say lonely?
And
wait, hold on. Hold that. Hey, hold that.
I can't say lonely. I can't say lonely.
We'll be back. We'll be right back because James is lonely and don't want to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sports-A-Delic. James was getting ready to share with us, if I'm not mistaken. Do you remember, do you need my help?
I need your help. I need your help.
In our last segment, James wanted to, share with us about why am I going out to these other women? Maybe not him, we're just speaking in general. Why am I seeking out these other women if you're taking care of your responsibility? I was saying that, hey, a lot of times it's not being communicated that there's an issue, that there's a problem. So you wanted to chime in about that perspective. I don't date, interact, or mess with women on that level, so I can't speak from that perspective. I'm not going to try to. So you speak what you're saying, because what you're saying, what I hear you saying is, hey, even if seemingly things are okay, there are things that get our attention, and where sometimes as men we just strike out. Ladies listening, would you please talk to the camera? Talk to our viewers.
Yeah. I don't think it's a situation of that in per se, whereas you trying to choose to go somewhere else. I think that what happens is that there's a lack of something, whether it is something internally, but you have to identify it. And if you come across a situation whereas you feel like you need to make a move like that,
you talk to the people.
Yeah. If you feel like you need to make a move like that, I think that you have to do some self-evaluation. Why? Why do you feel that there's an urge for you to go out? Why is there an urge for you to look at another person and say, okay, well, hey, this is what's going on? I think sometimes you can sit back and tell a young lady something and she just don't believe it. So if you sit back and you have conversations, I think that some women don't want to ever think that they are not sexually enough. And it could be some different things. It could be, she might not be open to doing things that you might want to try. But I always say, be careful as men, be careful what doors you try to open up. Because once you open those doors up, you cannot come back from those doors. Because once you've opened up Pandora's box, the box is open. So you're going to have to fulfill that situation all the way through.
I've always said that. I know that there are couples that get into swinging. Mm-hmm. And more often than not, the guy or the girl gets caught up. And then they start seeing that person outside of your presence. As a matter of fact, I had a really good friend. I'm not going to say his name. But they were swingers. And his wife got caught up with the chick.
Entanglement? Is that what you want to call it? Entanglement?
Yes.
That's the new word.
Thanks, Jada. Yes, entanglement. Mm-hmm. But I told him out the gate, I said, you're playing with fire.
Yeah. But
you don't expect to get burned. And this is what I believe, whether you're a man or a woman. And I believe in love and like and be with whoever you want to be with. Because I told you this before, being a female athlete, a basketball player, God knows I've been stereotyped, as being gay or lesbian or whatever. Regardless of the fact that I'm not. And I'm not saying that there's anything particularly wrong with those that do. Again, love and be with whoever you want to. My point in saying what I'm saying is when you get into these swinger lifestyles, whether it's a man or a woman, it's also a platform for people to be who they really are. This woman or this man didn't leave you for the same sex. It's just that there was a platform where they could actually be free to be who they are. And from a society standpoint, it's more acceptable certainly than it was in any other time. And so people are just comfortable being, who they are. Correct. But when it comes to cheating, I think it's harder, I think, and I'm guessing, I'm speaking out of turn here, So I would think that it's harder to digest for a woman being left or cheated on, and then you find out it's a guy, or vice versa. You find out that your wife, is cheating on you, with a woman. But when you get into that swinger world, I don't think that they think that it's cheating per se.
Correct.
Because you're in that lifestyle. You're in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
The problem comes in, they have this one skinny little rule, oh, well, you can't see this person unless I'm there.
Entanglement.
Jada was wrong for that, James, because, this is one of her kids' friends.
But you know what? I'm so glad that as a female, you're the first one to actually acknowledge the fact that that was wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Because
you
no.
fucking one of your kids, your son's friend.
Yeah, but women, some women, I can't say all, some women will just go to bat. Oh, it had to be something that Will was doing for her to just, what? Why is
cheating is a character defect that belongs strictly to that individual. Because if there's a problem and your needs aren't being met in your relationship, you have to communicate that. If you communicate it and that person is non-receptive, then you can just break up.
Yeah.
If they're receptive, Rome wasn't built in a day. Give them time to, meet your need. Otherwise, then same thing. You got to move on.
Yeah.
But it can't be, she never cooks for me.
No.
If she wasn't cooking for you when y'all were dating, what makes you think that she's going to start cooking? And it's the same thing.
You put a ring on her.
It's the same thing when it comes to the bedroom. You have this piece where, hey, wait till you get married. We all know that may not be the reality of the world that we live in. But the flip side of that is, whatever she wasn't doing before you married her, because I do think that men make that existential mistake of thinking, well, this is my wife.
She's going to change.
And she's going to just do what I ask and blah, blah, blah. Again, we can't be trying to mix the 40s, the 50s, the 60s into, 2018, 19, 20, and so on. We can't merge those. And whatever a person is doing, you marry who you date, bottom line. And a lot of people always talk about, oh, well, no, he changed when we got married. She changed when we got married. Nobody changes, guys. Listen to me. This is Psychology 101. Nobody changes. You register it in your mind as a change, but the reality is you only ever get to know what people want you to know about them. At that point, every time somebody shows you who they are, how they are, it just boils down to, can I live with this person?
Correct. Can I live with whatever
I know, whatever they show me.
Correct. But I think that I think that as men and women, I think that we have to go through a vetting process better. We have to vet the people that we're trying to bring into our lives. What I mean by vetting, and that is that paying attention to the things that they say, paying attention to the actions that they move, paying attention to whether or not something that a person is doing, if it's not formulating with the formula that you want or that you need or that's a strong suit, you have to identify that. And don't think, okay, well, she'll come around or he'll come around. Because no, he's shown you, she's shown you who they are. And you have to respect it. But in the vetting process, you'll be able to identify all of those different things before you say, hey, I'm going to make a decision to walk down this aisle.
If someone tells you or show you who they are, just believe them. Just believe them, folks. Yeah. It boils down to just believe They're telling you and they're showing you. Once you decide that whatever you're hearing or seeing isn't exactly the truth, they got you. Okay? Thanks for tuning in to our cigar series. Like I said, here at Sports-A-Delic, it's not just about sports. It's about cigars. It's about sports. It's about, you know, cocktails, because I make the best rum punch in the world. You know, it's just about good, mature conversation, you know, among adults. Thank you to my subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. And we'll catch you guys next week. Hit us up with comments, because we got some great content here. So I know you all going to be chiming in. And if there's ever anything that you want us to speak about, talk about, let us know. Also, we have webcam. If you want to be part of this, the discussion via webcam, just get at me and let me know. You know, it's only for subscribers. You know, we all one big family. And if you want to come on Sports-A-Delic, webcam style, and chop it up with the cigar series, we'd love to have you. Thank you. And we'll talk to you soon.
No, I'm a chewer.
But you just said you swallowed.
That's the end result.
That's what I was trying to get to. The end result.
Yeah, but I'm not swallowing whole hot dogs. No.
I mean,